We'll
My
just
name. Okay.
Did you make that?
Yeah, actually, a long time ago though.
That's tight.
It's for a company project. So, my name is Alessia. I'm a designer. I work with upcycling. My senior thesis takes different things that I wanted to create into clothing. Hold up, I'm really fucking this up. I just realized that there's such like a vast majority of things that get thrown away or shipped out. I worked in a thrift store in Canada for 2 years, and it's like a huge thing called Savers. I don't know if you know that. It's an American brand as well. Like it's like a Goodwill, essentially. And they basically throw a bunch of things away and then ship out like huge bales of clothing to third world countries to like sell it off basically that way at the end of every month. So it's a lot of clothing that they're cycling through. Every week they take something off the floor, but mostly at the end of every month is the best way to visualize it, I think. So I wanted to go into thrift stores and just like take things that maybe people wouldn't buy. Like a lot of things I bought had holes in it and just like ugly stains. And because, so back to my point, when I was during the pandemic, I started an upcycled lingerie brand, and so with that, like I was taking like both already like lingerie that was like in its full form and like redying it or retreating it, and or then also taking other materials and upcycling it into lingerie. So I learned how to like disinfect and like really like clean things thoroughly, and then also like it made me get creative because that kind of construction is so like piecing things together, and you can also take the smallest like t-shirt and turn that into a full new like lingerie set. So I didn't even see reporting it. Like something like this, like so much of my thesis was me like sorting through hangers that looked like this, just like this is curtains or a tablecloth. Probably curtains.
Fabric.
It's fabric. Yeah, curtains, see?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a really nice weight. Still can be worn, you know? Reminds me of the kids I used to nanny for. Especially one of the little guys, Eli, in Montreal. That's how I paid my bills while interning. I worked for a French family. Also how I learned a lot of French. Although I learned it as a second language. During school, they taught me a lot, and I heard the parents would always talk to the kids in French, but they wanted me to speak English with them because just to practice. So yeah, it's just cute. I haven't been around kids in a while. And I feel like that's part of, I feel like that really encapsulates this degree, because there's just so many things you could do and so many things you could say, and it'll just never be enough. And that's hard for me because I'm a perfectionist. Like going through this degree, so my Bachelor of Fine Arts in fashion, I feel like there was just so many positive moments and so many hardships, but in the end you always come out with rose-colored glasses, of course, and that's what I'm feeling right now. But the support that you really get from certain professors that you go through, I mean, you obviously have a mix of different professors that have all different backgrounds, and I think that's the selling point of being here, is our staff is unbeatable. I've had profs who have docked me marks for connecting words when presenting, and then I've had profs who are like, don't hand anything until the end of the semester because I want you to be relaxed. So you get the best of everything in this degree at Parsons, and I think that our staff just really needs to be applauded for what they do because they inspire us so much. And even going through thesis, I think that I had this mentality that I had everything already figured out and I wanted to do it my way and do this, that, that, and my professors were like, really made me double think that, and they put so much questioning into my head, and at times it was really hard to deal with, but they ultimately pushed me to a point where I'm really happy with the work and where I see what they wanted and I see what I wanted, and it just all makes sense now. making like my business cards. That's not a good example. They're made out of my fabric scraps, so yeah. Don't touch it anymore. This is for my knitting class, my intro knitting class, and it's essentially a long maxi dress with long sleeves. It's gonna be yellow, but I plan on dyeing it brown for the end of the summer, so that for the summer I have like a yellow dress, but after the summer.
Yeah, the fall colors going.
Yeah, I want something that I can wear all the time. You're supposed to make something for yourself for the final project.
Oh wow.
So. So I'd done 2 years of my undergrad at that point, but during that time I was nannying, doing custom work, and then interning for a designer in Montreal. So I took a gap year basically in between my undergrad, and then I came back for 2 years of schooling. So sustainability is not really something that they cover here. I mean, you take like a sustainability course in your first year, as maybe you did as well, I don't know. But basically, like, they tell you like, this is what's bad, global warming, blah, 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 and that's all you get. There's no like, if you don't go out of your way to seek like zero waste patterning or like just, yeah, sustainability within creating clothing, like you're not gonna be taught that. So a lot of it is just like stuff that I developed.
So each, let me see, so you want to have.
Hey.
Hi. Are you just sitting straight? Are you in class? Just working.
What are you doing? Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
This is my like process. No, my process. This is not
That's so cool.
Thank you. I want to see your stuff. Lily said it's amazing.
I want to see your stuff. I haven't even seen any of it.
I know. I'm just having nerves. I feel like I know. It's so like up in the air. I saw you walking across the street today. I was gonna say hi.
Where do you go? I'm in pieces. 4 to 7. Yeah, we're. Oh, not the voice?
She's like a little 2-year-old.
Okay. Have fun. Are you around this weekend? Yes. Let's just.
Okay, I'll text you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
And
But I can't even explain to you, like, the French in Montreal is so hard to understand because it's just so
hard.
like dragged out, and like, oh my gosh, I was at the park once nannying these kids, and there were these moms that were talking, and she was just like making a point about God knows what, but she was like, say way. And she said A at the end of her French sentence, and I was like, no way, that's real. She's faking. She's faking. She knows I'm listening. Like, and so I think just take it slow and use all of the new school resources. Everyone I've talked to in senior year says, we have that? What? Like, to any little thing, like printers that you can load your own paper. Just figure that out now. Like, I'm sure so many people have a better footing than I do, but I think that really trying to navigate the resources here is your best friend, because we have an abundance and it's an asset. So so use that.
It would make a little bit more sense at the end, because right now it's a lot of, so then what's gonna happen here? So you're gonna start from here, then that will, so each, let me see, so you want to have, let's make them all the same size. Yeah. Okay. So that would be probably, they're also not going to be like straight pieces. Because actually, if we do what we suggested before, they could be straight pieces. You know what? That will just go.
Je parle un peu le français. Je habite en Paris, passé une année, et ici l'année, aussi j'ai passé une année à Montréal. Le français à Montréal est très différent de
We have 8 digits, and then 20 divided by 3.
Or does it change the size?